¿Quieres mejorar tu comprensión del inglés? Bueno, estás en el lugar correcto. Bienvenidos a Caminando con Inglés. Soy tu anfitrión Pablo. Hoy estamos caminando en Rio Rancho, New Mexico, al Amancer. Welcome to Walking with English. Today we're walking in Rio Rancho, New Mexico at the Thompson Fence Line Park. I'm your host, Paul, and it should be a beautiful morning walk. Welcome everyone from everywhere who wants to learn English comprehension, pronunciation, and vocabulary skills. We have an easy way to do it. On this walk today, I will explain various things that I see and experience in beautiful New Mexico in English, so you can increase your understanding, your comprehension, and your vocabulary. First of all, here's a sign in English. It says, no motorized vehicles allowed per City of Rio Rancho ordinance. That means no vehicles. It's early, so the light isn't very good. Here's another sign. It says, keep Rio Rancho beautiful. And this sign, if you could read that, you're a genius. Look at that beautiful sunrise. It's a beautiful sunrise this morning. It's a crystal clear morning here in New Mexico. And I want to welcome everyone from all over the world to Walking with English. A shout out to everyone from Texas. Hello, Texas. I'm pleased you can come and experience this beautiful morning walk with us today. Let's just look at some quick cactuses here as the sun rises. There's a lot of beautiful cactuses here in this location. Look at these cactuses. Beautiful. That's called a boulder in English. Look at the cactuses. And there's a cholla cactus over there. That's a cholla. And you see that? That's called a block wall in English. And look right down here. There's another stone. And look at these cactus blooms. They will open up in the sun. These cactus blooms will open up in the sun. And here's a wildflower, a beautiful desert wildflower. The desert may be a harsh place, but nature is still beautiful. Let's walk. Okay, see this path here? This path in English is called a gravel path. Gravel path. We're walking onto the main path now. I only saw one other group of people here today. Can you see this? Can't see it very well. That's called a fence post, and this is a wire fence. Now down here we have an arroyo for drainage, and there is some water down there because we had some rain this weekend. Of course, you Spanish speakers know what an arroyo is, but this acts as a drainage ditch. Those are the Sandias. The Sandia Mountains are east of Albuquerque, and they provide a bit of a wall that prevents a lot of rain and clouds from the east from coming over into Albuquerque. And the west side of the mountains are a desert region because of what is known in English as a rain shadow. A rain shadow. Here's a desert willow. Back up a little bit. This is a desert willow that just bloomed. Didn't actually bloom, it just greened up. And it will bloom next month. Greening up means to get green, verde, leaves. And there's some water down there in the arroyo. Beautiful sunrise. Those Sandia Mountains are 3,200 meters in elevation above sea level, which is 10,400 feet approximately, 2 miles. Now, where I used to live in New Jersey, I was 30 feet. I was 10 meters above sea level most of my life. So compared to New Jersey, New Mexico is really high at 1,609 meters above sea level compared to 10. Wow. This is a nice area here in New Mexico, nice houses. These people have a beautiful view of both the valley and the Sandias. Now at the base of those mountains is the Sandia Pueblo. It's an Indian reservation, Native American, reservation for the Sandia people, the Sandia nation, the Pueblo. And it goes from Albuquerque all the way to Placitas in the north. Here we go. Walking along the path. This morning, it's still. What I like about early morning walks is there's no wind. You can see this vegetation in the desert is very, very drought resistant and durable. There's another block wall. This is called a block wall in English. Block wall. A shout out to everyone from Mexico who is viewing this today. Hello Mexico, Mexico City, Guadalajara, Juarez, Tijuana, Monterrey, Puerto Vallarta. Welcome, everyone, one and all, from everywhere, who is walking with English this morning. Now this, see this thing? That's a drain. When this path gets full of water, that drains into the arroyo, into that basin there. And that's to protect, well, from people from falling in, or dogs from falling in, and large debris from blocking it. That's a cover, a cage. We'll walk along the path. Crystal clear. I'll do a 360 so you could see how beautiful the early morning skies are here in New Mexico, USA. Now, let me make a suggestion. I suggest that you write down words you don't understand and look them up later, because there may be some words that I say you don't understand, so write them down. And in future videos, I'm going to have text where you can read and you can practice your pronunciation. Right now, this is just basically a listening and an understanding comprehension video. Look at this sign. Can you read it? The light's not good. It says danger, steep grade, bicyclists must walk, bikes, pedestrians watch your footing. It's a hill. There's someone on the path up there. Let's go up onto the La Mesa and we'll see the view. It's a beautiful view of the valley below. Like I said, it's early and the light is not bright at this point. Good morning. There's the main path. This is going to be nice. You can see the houses below. We've had a lot of rain in the last few days here in New Mexico. I think the monsoons have arrived early. They're not due till July, and it's only May. I'm not complaining. People in New Mexico love the water. They love the rain because it's a desert region, and we don't get that much. Now, I was at the Rio Grande 2 days ago, and the river was high. The river was flowing. because of the snow melt from the Colorado Rockies and the mountains in northern New Mexico. The snow is melting because it's getting warmer, and the river was flowing fast, high. Amazing. There's a sunrise. In English, that's a sunrise. Now we'll look, this is north towards Santa Fe. And we'll walk to the edge and we'll look over the valley towards Albuquerque. I think it's important, if you want to improve your English skills, to practice every day. Practice in any way you can. You can watch my Walking with English videos. You can watch English movies on the internet, on Netflix. You can watch the news in English, which is very good. I had my students watch the news every night for a week and write down vocabulary they did not understand. And boy, oh boy, they had a lot of vocabulary words that were actually quite good, that they would have no reason to understand in normal conversation, but they wanted to know what they were. And I explained it to them. And it was very, very rewarding experience. They increased their English vocabulary with some interesting words. Now this is Corrales, the village of Corrales, New Mexico, below us. That green belt at the base is the Bosque. That's the Rio Grande Bosque. That's a green belt that runs along the river. It's a green oasis in the middle of the New Mexico desert. This is the northern extremity of the Chihuahuan Desert from northern Mexico. It extends all the ways to Albuquerque. And the Bosque runs along the entire length of the Rio Grande. It's a vital area because it brings much needed water to the desert regions of the state. And the farmers rely on it, and the people rely on it for drinking water and watering the farms and the agriculture and the animals. And there's a lot of wildlife down there. There's a lot of amazing wildlife. I see a balloon in the distance. I don't think you could see it. Now, in the distance, there's downtown Albuquerque. I don't think you could see it this morning, but it's in the distance. Beautiful, quiet morning here. That's Corrales, New Mexico. Look how green it is down there. It's just a green belt because of the river. Amazing. Amazing. Let's walk a little bit along up this path a bit more. Well, like I was saying, practice your English every day. The more you can devote to it, the better you'll be. Practice your pronunciation. Practice your vocabulary. Write down words you don't understand. Look up a few words every day to increase your knowledge of English vocabulary. And on the internet, there are many good resources these days. It's a wonderful resource to learn your English. Also, start thinking in English. Think in English as you do chores around your house. Think in English as you cook and clean. Think in English as you ride your bike. Because what you do is you're training your brain to recognize English as another language. So you will have your native language and English in your brain, because essentially you have to start recognizing English words without translating them into your native language. And once you recognize the words without translating, now you're on the road to proficiency and eventual fluency, which is of course the goal to every English student. It takes time, it takes work, but you can get there, and it's well worth it. Because increasing your skills in English opens up a whole wide world of possibilities, both in your career, in your social life, your life, cultural enrichment, understanding, movies, music, websites, or whatever else it is that you're interested in. What a beautiful morning it is in New Mexico. Look at that sun. Hello, Mr. Sun. Hello. Good morning. Buenos dias, Señor Sol. I love the sun. Absolutely beautiful here in New Mexico today. Well, I'd like to thank you, one and all, for joining me on this brief Walking with English journey in the desert this morning at sunrise. Please like and subscribe below and leave any comments or suggestions you may have in the comments section. And I hope that you'll join me again for another video of Walking with English. Have a nice day wherever you are. This is Pablo signing out from New Mexico, USA. Thank you. Have a nice day.